breaking news for millions of Americans. The moment we've all been waiting for has finally arrived. Congress has just approved an unprecedented $4,800 stimulus payment for Social Security, ESSI, and SSDI recipients nationwide. That's right, these massive checks are already hitting bank accounts and will continue to roll out over the next 3 days. Are you one of the millions of beneficiaries about to receive this life-changing payment? Have you checked your bank account today for the financial boost you might have been waiting for? In this detailed report, I'll break down exactly who qualifies, when you will get paid, and what you need to do right now to ensure you don't miss out on this critical support. In an extraordinary move that has stunned political analysts and delighted beneficiaries across the nation, Congress finalized legislation authorizing immediate $4,800 stimulus payments to Americans receiving Social Security retirement benefits, supplemental security, income, SSI, and Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI. This massive financial injection is a direct response to the ongoing economic challenges faced by our most vulnerable populations, particularly elderly and disabled Americans who have been disproportionately impacted by rising costs in essential sectors. The legislation, which received final approval late yesterday, includes an emergency disbursement protocol that bypasses the typical month-long implementation period. Instead, the Treasury Department, working in conjunction with the Social Security Administration, has already begun processing these payments, with the first wave hitting direct deposit accounts as early as this morning. The entire payment schedule is compressed into just 3 days, meaning that all eligible recipients should see their funds by the end of the week. You might be wondering why there is such a rush to distribute these funds. According to congressional sources, the accelerated timeline reflects the urgent nature of the economic situation faced by many beneficiaries. Recent data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics indicates that essentials like housing, medical care, and food have experienced price increases that far outpace standard cost of living adjustments for benefit recipients. This $4,800 payment is designed to help bridge that gap and provide immediate financial relief to those struggling to make ends meet in today's challenging economic environment. So, who qualifies for this incredible payment? The eligibility criteria are refreshingly straightforward. If you are currently receiving Social Security retirement benefits, SSI, or SSDI as of the 1st of this month, you automatically qualify for the full $4,800 payment. There are no income thresholds or phase-outs to navigate. Every current beneficiary will receive the same amount, regardless of their benefit level or additional income sources. This universal approach was deliberately chosen to simplify the distribution process and ensure that funds reach those in need as quickly as possible. And here's some good news for those worried about the potential impact of this payment on other benefits or tax situations. The legislation explicitly classifies these payments as non-taxable income. This means you won't see any of this money eaten up by federal taxes when filing next year. Additionally, the payment has been structured as a special emergency appropriation that does not count as income for determining eligibility for other means-tested programs like Medicaid, ESNAP benefits, or housing assistance. This careful legal construction guarantees that receiving this stimulus won't inadvertently disqualify you from other critical support programs. Now, let's talk about the distribution schedule. Social Security retirement beneficiaries will see deposits beginning today, with all payments completed by tomorrow evening. SSI recipients can expect their payments to arrive tomorrow, while SSDI beneficiaries will have funds deposited on the third and final day of the distribution window. This staggered approach allows the Treasury to manage the massive volume of transactions without overwhelming the banking system. For those who still receive paper checks rather than direct deposits, special arrangements have been made with the U.S. Postal Service to expedite the delivery of physical checks, which have already been printed and are being sorted for priority delivery. These checks should begin arriving in mailboxes within 5 to 7 days, only slightly behind the electronic payment schedule. If you typically receive your benefits via Direct Express card, your stimulus payment will be loaded onto that same card, following the same schedule as direct deposits. Now, you might be wondering if there's anything you need to do to receive this payment. The answer is refreshingly simple: nothing at all. The beauty of this stimulus program is that it leverages existing benefit payment systems and recipient information already on file with the Social Security Administration. This means there are no applications to fill out, no phone calls to make, and no website forms to complete. Your payment will arrive in the same manner as your regular benefits, without any action required on your part. Concerns about potential delays or system glitches are understandable when dealing with such a massive government payment operation. However, officials have taken extraordinary steps to ensure smooth implementation. The legislation includes funding for additional temporary staff at payment processing centers, enhanced server capacity for government payment systems, and dedicated troubleshooting teams to address any issues that might arise. Moreover, a special hotline has been established for beneficiaries who do not receive their payments within the expected time frame, though officials expect such cases to be rare. Financial advisors suggest several prudent approaches for using this substantial payment. Whether it's to settle outstanding medical bills, negotiate discounts by paying off debts, or address deferred home maintenance issues that impact safety or energy efficiency, this payment could lead to long-term savings. Some beneficiaries may also choose to bolster their emergency savings, an important step in today's unpredictable economy. A question many beneficiaries are asking is whether this payment signals a permanent change in benefit structures. According to congressional sources, while this specific $4,800 payment is a one-time stimulus measure, the legislation does include provisions for a comprehensive review of benefit adequacy across all Social Security programs. This review, scheduled to conclude within 6 months, could potentially lead to more permanent adjustments to monthly benefit amounts. The unprecedented size of this stimulus payment has already sparked serious discussions about the appropriate level of ongoing support for elderly and disabled Americans. For those who have recently applied for benefits but have not yet been approved, the legislation includes a special provision. Pending applicants whose applications are approved within 90 days of the payment distribution will receive the stimulus retroactively, along with their first regular benefit payment, ensuring that those caught in the application process do not miss out due to administrative timing. However, the window for stimulus eligibility for future applicants has already closed. It is also important to be cautious of potential scams surrounding these payments, as major benefit distributions can attract fraudsters. The Social Security Administration and Treasury Department have issued clear guidance stating that they will never call, email, or text requesting personal information or payment to release your stimulus funds. There are no processing fees, verification requirements, or any other barriers to receiving your payment. If anyone contacts you asking for additional information or payments, it is almost certainly a scam. For beneficiaries who serve as representative payees for others, the payment process remains unchanged from normal benefit distribution. The stimulus payment will be deposited into the same account used for regular benefits, and the same rules regarding the proper use of funds continue to apply. The legislation does not impose any new requirements or restrictions on representative payees beyond the existing fiduciary responsibilities. Some are also questioning the impact of this massive payment program on the national debt or Social Security's long-term funding. Congressional budget analysts note that this stimulus is funded by general Treasury funds rather than the Social Security Trust Fund, meaning it does not directly affect the program's long-term solvency. Although the total cost of the program is approximately $38 billion, lawmakers determined that the immediate economic benefits of supporting vulnerable populations outweigh short-term concerns about adding to the national debt. For those living in assisted living facilities or nursing homes, important protections have been built into the legislation. These facilities cannot require residents to surrender any portion of their stimulus payments, regardless of outstanding balances or agreements, as the funds are explicitly designated as the beneficiary's property under federal law. Similar protections apply to beneficiaries facing debt collectors or creditors attempting to garnish these payments. Economically injecting nearly $300 billion into the economy over just 3 days is expected to have significant positive effects, particularly in sectors that serve elderly and disabled populations. Industries such as healthcare services, home improvement, grocery stores, and transportation services are likely to experience increased demand as beneficiaries spend their stimulus funds, creating a multiplier effect that supports thousands of jobs across these industries and extends the benefits well beyond the direct recipients. As this massive distribution effort nears its conclusion, it's important to reflect on the unprecedented nature of this support program. Never before has such a large one-time payment been distributed to Social Security, SSI, and SSD's recipients with this level of speed and simplicity. Although political debates over government spending and support programs will continue, this moment represents a rare bipartisan recognition of the challenges facing some of our most vulnerable citizens.